Okay, so going to a wedding and eating a bunch of southern food was not a great plan. I don't know why I'm so stupid. I'm still gonna get something in today, but my ambitions are not gonna be met. I can feel that. Kind of love feeling my beard too. Won't like won't like that aspect of it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm gonna do something, but my stomach hurts. My body feels bad. I was going through my journal and I've gotten like 3 serious workouts in 3 weeks. This is a big slump. Like, I didn't realize it had gotten that far out of control. Yeah, I'm just feeling dumpy and sick and bad. This also marks like the halfway point in the year. So if I have any hope of getting my New Year's resolutions in, I got to get on it like right now. I got to start now. Um, and yet look at me. I definitely don't want to start. So let's just put some weight on the bar and see what happens. Let's do that. All right, stay tuned. Feeling alternately not willing to back down, but also not willing to put in hard work. I decided to go with an old workout I haven't done in a while. And this is on time lapse, so you got 2.5 speed. Took me about a half hour, a little less. Basically, I start with the bar and I add 10 pounds. I do 1 rep, I add 10 pounds, and I go. And I just do this for a half hour. Or today until I hit my daily minimum, 185. I was feeling bad and achy. The prevailing low-grade sadness was still there, still present, haunting me, you know. And this will surprise no one, although somehow it surprised me, even though I've done it a million times. But literally each rep, I felt better than the rep before. And not just physically. Certainly, if I say physically, that would be an overstatement. Some of them felt great, unbelievably great. And others felt, kind of crap, kind of crunchy, kind of shit. But my spirit lifted, you know? And I've been talking about this. I've been talking about our habits. And, you know, I love the sound of my own voice, and I love these little lectures, you know, where I talk about like just doing it and like letting the process change your mind, letting the process rewrite your script. But I haven't been able to do that myself, you know. I'm a classic example of not practicing what you preach, and I felt the change in me today, like in a real way. And I don't know. It's sad. It's sad that like the answer is literally in my garage. That it's not a cure, but it's a fix, you know? It'll make the day more bearable. It'll make what appears to be just a endless procession of bullshit chores I have to do a little more bearable. And even just now calling them a procession of bullshit chores, right? Like, a lot of these things I love to do. But when I get in this state, I can't recognize that. I don't feel it on any level. I just feel it's another thing I gotta do. There's another thing I gotta do. Dur, 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 dur. Like, and that attitude is shit, you know? And I could speculate on where that attitude comes from. And I could delve into I could catastrophize my own suffering and my own lot in life and fall into the trap of like terminal uniqueness. But I know we all suffer with this. It's not specific to me. I'm not the prettiest prancing pony. We all have this disquiet. We all have this vacuum where purpose is supposed to fill us. And, you know, I'm most aware of it, weirdly, when I scroll TikTok. Like, and it's not even that there's bad stuff on TikTok. A lot of times I see stuff on TikTok that I like. But here's the thing. Every time I scroll through TikTok, I see the exact same stuff just made by different people that I saw the last time I scrolled through TikTok. It's the same experience every time. And whatever I linger on, I get more of, which is how it's designed to work, you know? So we have this sort of emotional and psychological cement, wet cement, just waiting for us at all times. And I don't want to turn this into an anti-TikTok rant, but that's part of that, like, vacuum of purpose, you know? Where everything is so readily accessible that it becomes valueless because of that. And it makes doing anything at all feel pointless, you know? Which, that really sucks. Like, I am not a spiritualist. I don't believe in God, and I know some of you shrink from that, and I don't mean that in an offensive way. I don't believe in the supernatural, you know? But, contradictory, I do believe that life is not meaningless, you know? I feel like we can evidence pretty clearly that the point of living is to fight back against entropy, to help the propagation of complexity and vibrancy in an otherwise dead universe that's moving towards death, you know? More death, cold, you know? The heat death of the universe. And we're alive, and we're antagonistic to that driver, you know? And what could that mean? Like, that can mean a lot of different things, and I don't think it's in conflict with, say, Judeo-Christian beliefs or any other spiritual beliefs. I think when I do imagine a deity, which I don't often do, but when I do, I imagine it's set upon us this great task, this great game of living. And we agreed to participate. We agreed to come here, knowing that we would lose the meaning, that we would lose the intent and purpose, and that the game would be the rediscovery of it, you know? So we're plopped into a game. It's like one of those old school RPG games, you know, or Minecraft, right? First, we learn the rules of the game the best we can. We're writing the rule book of the game that we're playing. And then we play the game and try to win. And both tasks are pretty hopeless, you know? Like, how are we going to figure out all the buttons? And then how are we going to figure out, like, what the objective is? I mean, that's a tall order. Luckily, we're not alone. You know? A lot of us agreed to play. Closing in on 8 billion at this point. So we crowdsource. We come together. We form bonds of fellowship and love. We propagate ourselves, creating new players to extend the game past our own lifespan. We pick up the play of those who have gone before us, and we fight back against that heat death together. And to what end, right? Well, that's unknowable. It's as unknowable as the rules. It's as unknowable as the objective. But maybe there is an end, you know? And maybe there is a way to usurp this game. I don't necessarily believe all the things I just said. It's just like an exercise that helps me get my head right, you know? And the thing about a game that doesn't escape me is that it's supposed to be fun, you know? And that if it's not fun, we have to be responsible for that, whether or not it's our fault. Like, we have to take accountability for that. And even if this isn't the case, which I think that it probably isn't, honestly, we're in this meat suit anyway. We're all in this life. So perhaps it's just as useful, even if you don't believe this sort of weird metaphor I spilled out, to pretend it's true, you know? That, like, barring a better explanation, can you move forward with this in mind or something like it at any rate? I don't know. I know that I put weight on my back. I went up and down like 12.5 times, and I feel a lot better. And I knew that was the solution this whole time, and I didn't do it because maybe I just wanted to be sad, you know? I feel like I'm back in the game. I feel like what is it? Dylan Thomas says, we rage against the dying of the light, you know? And while I'm quoting people, maybe Judge Holden from Blood Meridian, you know? That before we were born, war was here waiting for us. The perfect player in the perfect game. And he's, of course, talking about literal war. But I don't see it that way. I'm not a death worshiper. The war of life, you know? Our great game. Sitting here for all eternity waiting for the perfect player. And right now, that's you. And that's awesome. Anyway, this is Joe in real life. I love you guys. Be good. I got cut off. Yeah. I love you guys. Be good to each other today. I'm going to try hard to do the same. I'm going to work in a couple hours. I'm going to be there all day. I tell you what, I've had an attitude adjustment. I really have. And I'm going to eat clean today and roll up hard tomorrow. And that's great, you know? Like, I don't know, these little valleys. I'm certain there are better ways to fight back against them than what I do. But also, I like this somewhat rudderless path of self-discovery that I'm on. I'm enjoying it, although it doesn't often seem that way. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Be good to each other, like I said, I think 3 times now.